A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to this Saturday's edition of Scoreline. My name is Robinson Okenye. For the next 1 hour, we'll be taking a look at what is happening in the wonderful and entertaining world of sports. And remember, we are in Romania. It's all about Europe Day. We have two teams here that their camp is almost coming to an end. Kobala and Highway Secondary School. They've had a wonderful experience. And later on in the show, we'll get to listen to the boys and girls on what they've learned, what they're taking back to Kenya, and how that will help improve their football. That will be in a bit. I want us to begin Scoreline this afternoon by taking a look at what is happening in Kenya. And it's all about sports facilities. Yesterday, Sports Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen had a chance of visiting Nyayo Stadium, Kasarani, and of course, Talanta Stadium. And he says for Kenya to host a successful AFCON, there are major investments that they need to put in place. And of course, there's infrastructure that needs to be upgraded so that Kenya can have a good chance of hosting a number of matches here in the country. So Davis Mberia was at the Kasarani Stadium. He got a chance of speaking to the CS for Sports and filed the following report.
Well, a very good afternoon. Yes, we are at the Kasarani Stadium where the renovations are ongoing. Remember, this is one of the stadia earmarked to host the 2027 AFCON tournament, Kenya being one of the hosting countries. And if my camera person, Biwot, will just show you what is happening right now. The seats are already been removed from here, and from there they'll be actually refurbished, and we will be expecting a new look from the front of the seats. Inside the stadium, the tartan track is still intact, and on the other side, the grass on the main football pitch has been removed there. Remember, some of the other changes that has been made include the improvement of the playing field, the new changing rooms, the new stands, and with canopies, and laying of the new tartan track for athletes. And remember, this is one of the things that the Ministry of Sports is working around the clock to see Kenya being ready to host the Continental Football Extravaganza. Remember, subsequently, the government has committed to build a new 60,000 capacity stadium known as Talanta Sports City in Jamhuri, as well as renovate both Nyayo Stadium and also the Kipchoge Keino Stadium in Eldoret. Last year, Kenya was named as a joint host for the Africa Cup of Nations in the 2020 roof, and the seats have been stripped, as I said, and the CS also, Kipchumba Murkomen, was here earlier indicating the renovations should be complete by the end of November 30th to see this stadium being ready, and from there the CAF officials will be here just to inspect and ensure Kenya is ready to host the Continental Tournament. Listen in.
As you very well know, that these are very important pieces of infrastructure that are being upgraded for the two and constructed for Talanta, with a view of making Kenya ready to be able to host international events. I know many Kenyans have been very concerned, especially when you talk about our football qualification games for our national team, Harambee Stars, because we had a game in Malawi, and now we are going to have another one in Uganda. It's because of exactly what we are trying to do here in Kasarani, Nyayo, and Talanta. We have for far too long left our very critical infrastructure without any proper maintenance and upgrading them to international standards. So we have been caught up in this problem because we need to be ready now. And going forward, never again will we as a country have to outsource our qualifiers to other countries. This will be a major, major investment that will make sure that we are ready at any given time to host any international event. Hopefully, and as has been confirmed by the contractor here, we shall be done with Kasarani by 30th of November. That is our target period, because we must host Chan next year. And having worked together with the Confederation of African Football, we have agreed that by December, beginning of December, they should be able to come and see the readiness of this stadium and the Nyayo Stadium for that matter. Other than that, we are also working on other stadia across the country. one of which is Kipchoge Stadium in Eldoret. We want to make sure also that is ready for possibility of any other spillover matches that are going to be held there in 2027, and to be ready for any eventuality to assist in making sure that we can host this tournament successfully. We are looking at other stadia like Ruringu and the one in Meru, that is Kinoru Stadium, and the Kirinyaga, the stadium in Wanguru, yes, in Kirinyaga, to make sure that we complete. They has been pending for far too long. We are at the tail end of making sure that they are completed and handed over officially to the entities that are going to run the county governments. We have also thinking as a ministry how best we can involve private sector. Some of these studies across the country where we are unable to maintain them, it will be better to lease them out to private sector to make sure that they run and pay us rent as Sports Kenya. So these are issues that we are discussing internally for sustainability of such infrastructure. And we want to encourage the private sector to engage us in this very important endeavor, because Stadia all over the world, if you go to the entire England, maybe there is only one stadium they're owned by the government, which is Wembley, and a few, one or two others. The rest is usually a private sector owned by clubs and other institutions. And we really want our private sector in Kenya to invest in this very important space so that it can save government from having to put so much resources to these institutions. Then we can use that money to deliver social services to the people.
So this is what is happening here at Kasarani Stadium. Remember, this is a boost to the sports persons, considering it is one of the facilities that, if renovated and completed, it will actually reach the international standards. Remember, our sportsmen have been competing in international events, posting good results in different disciplines, but of course, coming in to meet one of the new standards, talk of the international standards, it will be a crucial task for them. So we'll be waiting what will be happening here. And remember, this will also be a boost to the national team. Talk of Harambee Stars, who will be now hosting their home matches. Talk of the CAF qualifiers, the AFCON qualifiers, and the World Cup qualifiers. So we shall be following up what will be happening and updating our viewers in our subsequent bulletins concerning the Stadia renovations in the country. Back to you, Robinson Okenye.